a ninth grader, Kelly Lewis. Number 2, a ninth grader, Jenny O'Riordan. Number 10, a ninth grader, Debbie Stadlak. Number 18, a ninth grader, Ann Wegner. Correction, Wenger. And a 10th grader, number 6, Laura Foster. Number 8, a 10th grader, Ellie Appleton. And number 5, a 10th grader, Stephanie Baker Baum. And number 4, 11th grader, Caitlin Costello. And number 3, in the 11th grade, Ashley Walker. And number 15, a junior, Christine Ferreira. And the seniors, number 17, Pepper Binkley. Also a senior, number 7, Allison Dalbo. Number 16, a senior, Jenny Gallivan. Also a senior, number 11, Ryan Sarah. I'm sorry, that's Sarah Ryan. Sorry, Sarah. And also a senior, number 9, Lori Bolker. The assistant coach is Allison Warden, and the head coach is Susan Filipponi. This is the last high school soccer game the 5 senior ladies on the Bishop's team will ever play. To commemorate this special event, the mothers of the 5 players would like to share with their daughters by presenting them with a bouquet of flowers. Pepper Binkley and her mom, Diana. Allison Dolbo and her mom, Dana. Jenny Gallivan with stand-in mom, Dana. Sarah Ryan with her mom, Janice. And Lori Volker and her mom, Pam. Good luck, girls. Good luck to both teams.
Hi everybody, I'm Dan Williams, and on behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'd like to welcome you to today's Super Game of the Week. It's the San Diego CIF Arco AM/PM 1997 Girls Division IV Soccer Championships. And tonight's game is a super matchup, the Bishop Knights versus the Francis Parker Lancers. And we were just moments away, and there's the whistle, and we are starting tonight's soccer championship game. Starting off in this first half of play, in the all-yellow uniforms, that'll be the Francis Parker Lions. And for Bishop, it'll be in the white jerseys and the maroon shorts. It's the Bishop Knights. So once again, the Francis Parker Lancers and the Bishop Knights. Varsity action right here at Torrey Pines High School, San Diego, California. The first throw in from outside the touchline goes to the Lancers by Sarah McPhillips. And now action right inside the penalty box area, and immediately ball cleared out, and action is hot as we get underway just minutes into this 40-minute half. Nice trap by Ashley Walker. And now action on the far sideline. Ball awarded back to the Lancers. Once again, Lancers wearing the yellow uniforms. There'll be a throw-in from the far sideline. In the white jerseys and the maroon shorts, Bishop's Knights. Ball cleared out now. Picked up by the goalkeeper. Let's take a look at the keepers for both teams. For the Lancers, goalkeeper, a junior, Krista Kubler. And for the Knights, that'll be number 15. That's Kelly Lewis. She's a freshman for the Knights. No score, just underway. Battle for control. And now picked up by the Lancers. Nice ball as it crosses midfield, goes way down. O'Riordan. Midfield picked up now. Costello. And now on the far outside, Walker. Walker moving downfield. Walker still in control of the ball. Now a pass deep into a corner. Moves out of bounds. So Allison Dalbo put a nice ball to a racing Caitlin Costello. Goes out of bounds. And so a goal kick on its way. McGlynn for the Lancers puts a nice ball into the air. Headed off nicely by McPhillips, and some nice close-up action right here. Meyer with a header, now control right in front. Back and forth the ball goes, and that's the type of action you're going to see all night long here. Two tough teams that's seen action against one another for many, many years. Both teams have played each other many, many times. Total of 11 times over the past 4 years, both coaches, we're talking about Jeff Scott along with Susan Filipponi, knows each other very, very well, and so do the teams. Now racing for the ball. Both teams looking for control, and now picked up by the Knights. Dalbo sends the ball right into the net, and right there for the Knights. Give credit to Kelly Lewis as she surveys the team and begins to bring the ball back out. Nice long kick by Lewis, headed across midfield by Binkley. Good effort now by Gallivan. Gallivan moving the ball down, being challenged by Taniguchi, and now picked up by Ryan. Ryan versus Taniguchi. The ball gets by and cleared out nicely by number 8, Andrea Walther. So dangerous things happen when that ball is inside, scooting around the penalty box area. Give credit to Andrea Walther for the Lancers that clears the ball out. Now the action picks up. Ball will sail outside of the goal line. Goal kick coming up for the Lancers. They'll put the ball back into play. No score in this Division IV Girls CIF Soccer Championships. The Knights versus the Lancers. We mentioned earlier that both teams have played each other many times during the years. We'll check on what's happened over the past 4 years in these soccer championships. There's a lot of action now right in front. Off the side of the foot of Lancers player Aaron Hale. Ball will be awarded to the Knights as they try and continue putting offensive pressure down deep in the Lancers territory. Gallivan, nice strong throw into the midfield area. And now clearing it out temporarily, O'Riordan. Foul and whistle called. Now action heats up as the kick comes along for the Knights. Laura Foster checking out the situation. Foster conferring with Gallivan. Walker right there as well. So setting up an offensive strategy as the Knights. Indirect kick goes back. Booming kick off the crossbar. Nice strong kick. And now action back into the middle of the zone. Good effort by the Lancers. Give credit to Morgan Klaas, the sweeper, junior for the Lancers, as she does the defensive duties and knocks any scoring threat away temporarily of the Knights. Ball awarded to the Knights. They'll have a corner kick. And in this type of level of play, corner kicks can be dangerous. You get that ball up in the air, and it's arcing high. That's what they're looking for. Ball on the ground, kick, sails high. So within a minute or two, we've had the Knights put 2 shots on goal. The first one hitting the top crossbar at the near post, and then the second one sailing high. In results, no score. And the Lancers, number 16, Morgan Klaas, puts the ball back into play, and right away, action for control of the ball. For Jeff Scott, head coach of the Lancers, he wants to put the defense on tap. Ball goes outside, and so Lancers take over. Throw in now by the Lancers. So let's take a look way back in 1994, the CIF championship right there as the whistle's blown. In the 1994 championship, guess what? It was Bishops versus the Lancers. Coming out on top of that one was Bishops 1-0. Back in 1995, well, both teams came back once again. At that time, in 1995, it was Parker 1-0 over Bishops. Now near action, nice pass picked up, little too far in front of Lauren Gans, and now action picks up right at midfield. Picked up nicely by Walther, and now Dalbo back to Foster. Sedlak now to Gallivan. Gallivan being challenged by McGlynn. 2-on-1 defensively in favor of the Lancers. There's a pull and a foul. So it was Jenny Gallivan being taken care of defensively by the Lancers. 2-on-1. Gallivan puts a hand on the Lancers player, and that's where the foul's called. And so Morgan Klaas.
Jenny, when you get the ball, play early, Jenny.
Nice strong ball deep into the corner. It's going to be off the hip of Gans, goes outside of the touchline, and so now the ball's awarded back to the Knights. So let's take a look in history. Finishing in 1996, these two teams once again found each other in the CIF championship, and the result was another close one, a victory by Bishops, 1-0. Now for the 4th consecutive year here in 1997, once again, Bishops versus the Lancers. No score in this game. 10 minutes into it. 40-minute halves here at the varsity level. And great action we've seen right away as it's cleared out by Lori Volker. Moving all the way to midfield. And now trying to take control, Taniguchi. And the ball sails outside. So you get a good throw in by Jenny Dorth, the senior defensive player for the Lancers. Jeff Scott feels that his strength comes from his skilled midfield players. We'll take a look at those players in just a minute as Caitlin Costello, the league player of the year, passes the ball, and now it goes down deep. Will go outside of the goal line. Ball put back into play by the Lancers. Nice deep drive across his midfield on the far sideline. Ball awarded back to the Knights wearing the white jerseys and the maroon shorts. Quick throw in and a nice takeaway by Aaron Hale. And so Klaas sends the ball off her foot, and the throw in comes from Debbie Sadlek, freshman for the Knights. 1-on-1, let's take a look at Ryan versus Taniguchi. Off the Lancers player, and so the Knights keep possession of the ball as they move down closer to the goal net. So Gallivan for the Knights looks for a strong throw in. She gets a nice one, goes deep. And so number 10 for the Knights, that's Debbie Sedlak, puts the foot on it, sends it high and up and over the net. And so now for the Lancers, they'll do once again, put the ball back into play, and they'll give the ball to Morgan Kloss, the sweeper junior for the Lancers. So for the 4-team midfielders that Jeff Scott feels is so important to coming out with a victory on this game, we're looking at number 11, Angie Markle. Number 12, Sarah McPhillips. Number 13, Rebecca Meyer. And number 15, Erin Hale, midfielders for the Lancers. Coach Scott wants everything to go through those talented midfielders. And to help in defense, the backfield, 2 experienced players, seniors for the Lancers. Number 2, Jenny Dorth, one of the team captains, along with Andrea Walther. Ball sails down across midfield. Nice control by Caitlin Costello. Costello showing her excellent control. Costello puts the ball on the mark, and now there's some opportunity. Shot on goal, just misses. Sarah Ryan for the Knights attempts to put a shot on goal. A diving Krista Kubler was there for the Lancers. It just passed outside the near post line. And once again, Knights fire a bullet at the Lancers defense. Kloss puts the ball back into play. Off the head of one of the Knights players, and so now the Lancers are going to try and do the same thing offensively. They want to move the ball downfield and try some scoring opportunities of their own against the goalkeeper, Kelly Lewis of the Knights. Sedlak. Now for control, Lori Volker. Volker now. Back and forth the ball goes now. 2-on-1. Gans for the Lancers right there. Good control by the Knights as they try and bring the ball backfield. Header nicely by Gallivan. Hot action at midfield. No score in the first half of this play. And now racing after the ball. Ryan being challenged by Taniguchi. Ryan shot on goal, up and over. So once again, Ryan puts the foot on the ball, and the ball sails up and over the crossbar. And once again, Knights fire a bullet and just missing in that Lancers goal. So for the most part, in this part of the first half of play offensively, it's been the Bishop's Knights putting the offensive pressure on the Lancers. Ball just goes outside of the touchline. Ball awarded back to the Knights, and they'll try and march back the other way. Take a look at the roster for the Bishop's Knights. Number 2, Jenny O'Riordan. Wearing jersey number 3 is junior Ashley Walker. Number 4 for the Knights, junior Caitlin Costello, League Player of the Year. Number 5 is Stephanie Baker-Baum, sophomore for the Knights. Sophomore Laura Foster wears number 6. Senior Allison Dalbo, number 7. Wearing jersey number 8 is Ellie Applin. She's a sophomore. Number 9, Lori Volker. She's a senior. Freshman number 10, Debbie Sedlak. Senior number 11, Sarah Ryan. She's seen her number here as she's had scoring opportunities this first half. Goalkeeper for the Bishop Knights. She wears number 15, Kelly Lewis, freshman. Number 16, seeing in action right there, Ginny Gallivan, senior. Number 17 will be senior Pepper Binkley. And wearing number 19, the jersey number, that's Christine Ferrara. She's a junior. Head coach Susan Filipponi, along with the assistant coach Allison Warden. That's the 1997 Bishops team. The ball bounces now easily right back to Kubler. A tumble goes down. Both players look okay. Dalbo and Meyer take a tumble, but that's going to happen in this highly competitive league. Blood's pumping high as both teams are fighting it out for this championship game. Nice strong ball deep into the corner. Goes outside of the goal line, and so for the Knights, they'll put the ball back in play. Kelly Lewis, and back there also is Lori Volker. As Volker will take the duties and bring the ball back into play. Ball to the far sideline. Foster picks it up. Costello now being challenged by Dorth. Costello versus Dorth. Tries to bring it to midfield. Nice pickup by the Lancers. Sedlak now moving nicely. Action for control as the ball comes to midfield. And now gaining control with the pass back in the backfield. Lori Volker picking up the ball, looking for a passing opportunity. Nice header by Kloss of the Lancers. And now Costello. Handball called and ball awarded to the Knights. So let's take a look at the Francis Parker Lancers roster. Wearing number 2, senior defensive player Jenny Dorth. Number 3, freshman Gwen Leachman. Wearing number 5, freshman Anna Ilmsley. Number 6, freshman Karen McGlynn. Number 7, junior Lauren Gans. Number 8, one of the senior captains on the Lancers, that's Andrea Walther. Number 9, junior Lauren Heiser. Number 10, junior Heidi Taniguchi. Number 11, junior Angie Markle. Number 12, Sarah McPhillips, she's a junior. Number 13, Rebecca Meyer, junior. Sophomore, number 15, Erin Hale. Number 16, Morgan Kloss, she's the sweeper for the Lancers, a junior. Number 17, junior Merced Balmer. Number 18, Zoe Landers, she's a junior. 19, freshman Jennifer Gullivato. And number 21, Jenny Dunaway. Keeper for the Lancers, that's Krista Kubler. She's a junior. So action picks up as it moves towards the middle of the field. Two teams now racing after it. Defensively is Volker for the Knights. So there's both rosters, both teams here ready to play. Head coach for the Lancers, Jeff Scott. Assistant head coach, Kelly Hale. As we see a nice throw in by Jenny Dorth right in front of us by the Lancers. Gently goes off the head of Jenny Gallivan. And so a throw in for the Lancers. Midfielder Sarah McPhillips will do the honors. Looking for a good throw in are the Lancers as they want to try and set up a scoring opportunity. No score in this game. Nice footwork as the ball passes midfield. Picked up now by Kloss. And good strong action right in front of us as the ball goes through the foot of Gallivan. Goes outside of the touchline, and that ball will be awarded back to the Knights.
Go, Parker, you can do it. Now we need to score, Bishop. Come on, Parker, you can do it. Go, Parker. Go, Bishop.
Look for some key matchups. Those key matchups has League Player of the Year Caitlin Costello. She'll be defended by number 2 of the Lancers, Jenny Dorth. That's a strong matchup. Coach Jeff Scott of the Lancers feels that's a key matchup for the Lancers to have an opportunity to win this game tonight. Now the Lancers trying to put something together. Gans, and the whistle goes down as Lands goes down. And for the Knights, a warning by the official. And so McPhillips.
Watch your back post, Kelly!
Watch 7.
Sarah McPhillips looking for strategy. Sends the ball in the air. Ball is free. A lot of action inside the penalty box area. Ball sails out as it's cleared by Lori Volker. So Taniguchi had the throw in, went off the head of a Knights player, and so back with the ball, Sarah McPhillips with the throw in inside the penalty box area. A lot of action right there. Cleared out once again by Dalbo. And the Lancers will try and do it again, and that is set up a scoring opportunity. Taniguchi. And now Sedlak. Outside, the ball awarded back to the Lancers. 15 minutes left in the first half of play, no score. Knights nothing, Lancers nothing. Good effort by Sarah McPhillips to take the ball away from Walker. And now the Lancers looking to put something together. A lot of action heated up right now. Take a look at the action. Both teams dedicated to keeping control of that ball. Foot on the ball by Allison Dalbo. Goes outside the goal line, and so the linesman awards the ball to the Lancers.
PM and the CIF fitting the game together.
Lori Volker on the far corner will put the ball back into play. Taking a look at other matchups from the outside midfield position. Foster and Walker of the Knights. They'll be put up against Hale and McPhillips of the Lancers. Another strong two-team competition right there. Action on the far side, headers all the way around. There's a whistle. Aggressive play by the Knights. And the ball's awarded back to the Lancers as they'll try and put the ball back into play, and they'll give credit to Sarah McPhillips to do that. McPhillips will have a kick coming up right here. Ball back into play, action right there, sails over everybody's head, goes outside the goal line, and so ball back to the Knights, and they'll have a goal kick to bring it back the other way. Goal kick coming up, Lori Volker for the Knights as she puts a spinner on the ball, trapped by Sedlak. Nice effort by Foster to keep the ball inside the touchline. Now the ball for both individuals. Nice slide tackle attempt by Rebecca Meyer. Back and forth the ball goes, and the appreciative audience responds to the efforts. Racing after the ball, Walker versus McPhillips. And now the ball back in for the Lancers. Jenny Dorth throws it in, action on the sideline. Double-headed by both teams. Now the ball on the ground and going after it. Foster now coming out alive. Ball is still available. Klaas Now a far shot way up in the air. That's going to go outside the touchline and be awarded back to the Lancers. So the ball's moving all over the place. One of the things Jeff Scott concerned about for the Lancers is he wants the ball kept on the ground. He realizes that the Knights are a quicker team, and he's concerned about that. Doesn't want to be a speed race, as he says. Knights able to boom the ball high and across the field, and with their speed able to try and take advantage of that. For the Lancers, want to try and keep that ball on the ground. Nice effort by number 12, McPhillips, as she continues with the ball. Finally taken away by Ryan as Ryan tumbles. Slight warning to McPhillips.
Good job, Sarah.
And so Volker booms the ball down, headed off of number 12, McPhillips. McPhillips heading it off, goes out of bounds. Ball back into play. Now it's inside the penalty box area and cleared out nicely by Kloss as it goes all the way to midfield. And now kicked back the other way by O'Riordan. And now Kloss doing a good job one-on-one with Gallivan. Kloss and Gallivan as Kloss sends the ball way down deep. Now nice pass on the ground picked up by Sedlak. A lot of open space as Sedlak looking to move the ball down, does just that. But right there is McPhillips to Walther. Nice footwork and now control being set up and sent back to Volker. And Costello is there with the ball, looking to pass. Good defense by Dorth. Cleared out by Kloss. Ball goes outside of the touchline. So it's strategy for both teams, offensively and defensively. 9 minutes and change left in this first half of play. No score. Both teams at a 0-0 tie.
CIF San Diego section would like to thank Auto Trader and Trader Publications.
Back into play. Nice header intercept by Walker. Now racing after the ball. Sedlak being challenged briefly by McPhillips. And now Costello. Costello against Dorth. Foster pointing to where she wants it to go. Way across field. Goes outside of the touchline. Lancers with the ball as they begin their move down towards the Knights' goal post.
Way to go, Parker. Way to go. Let's go.
Taniguchi on the far side puts the ball back into play. Taking a look at how these teams got here. Final four in the division semifinals. It was Bishops going up against number 4 rated Calvin Christian. It was Bishops out on top on that game. In the same semifinals, it had Francis Parker against number 3 Christian. Parker coming out on top of that one, and that's where we leave both teams in tonight's final, Bishops versus Francis Parker. Ball comes back into play for the Lancers, Morgan Kloss. Nice strong ball deep. And good eye on the ball, foot-eyeball contact, as they say. Lori Volker sends it out there, but it will remain the Lancers' ball as they try and move it down ever so closer to the goal.
Let's get some goals for
Good strong throw in. The defensive wall is built for the Knights. And right there off the foot is Lori Volker. And so now it's going to be a corner kick for the Lancers. Once again, a very dangerous ball. They want to send it up high and arcing into the middle of the penalty box area. They want to look for some action. For defensively, the Knights. Ball goes off one of the Lancers. And so now the ball goes back to the Knights as they escape any offensive threat by the Lancers. And they'll begin to move the ball their way. Volker. O'Riordan down the sideline. It's going to be off Ashley Walker, and that ball will be awarded to Lancers. So now the Lancers pick it up and continue to move. And right there for the Knights, Kelly Lewis, keeper. She sends a nice, strong ball towards midfield, and it bounces across. And now looking for control is Ryan versus Taniguchi. Ball awarded to the Knights, and they'll move down. Strong ball trying to be picked up. Nice ball as it's cleared out. And now going after it defensively, Lori Volker. Volker looking for a pass. Outside the touchline. And so McPhillips looking for a strong throw in. Good defense by the Knights as it's headed off. And now challenged 3-on-1 against Ryan. And the ball sails outside the far side touchline. So when the ball's in play, it's heated action.
Okay,
Ball back into play. Good job by Kloss to send the ball back down the other way. Ball on the ground now. Sedlak with some room, looking for a pass. Good speed by both. So that's Foster versus McPhillips, and the ball's awarded back to the Lancers. Good effort by both team members. And now Dorth with the throw-in. Good close-up action. Costello now looking for a pass. Challenged defensively. And Morgan Kloss does a good job of taking it down there. Gallivan sends the ball down to the far sideline. Ball will be awarded back to the Knights, and they'll march down.
Keep up the hard work,
Substitution being called in for the Knights. Coming off for a breather will be Ashley Walker, number 3. Fresh legs for the Knights will be number 19, junior Christine Ferrara. Ferrara, fresh legs for the Knights. As we begin the wind down for the first half of play, no scores, 0-0. Both teams battling it out. And now the ball breaks away, scoring opportunity. Nice save! Sarah Ryan puts her foot on the ball, and give credit to a diving Krista Kubler. Glue on her hands as she sticks out her right arm, and the ball just stops dead in its tracks. Big save for the Lancers. Quick throw in. Now being challenged is Costello now. Good footwork, trying to bring it across. The defensive wall is there for the Lancers, and the action heats up with minutes left in this game. First half winding down, and the action is there. Racing up for it, and picking up is Kubler, who's done a great job. Big save for Kubler. And now she sends the ball back down to the midfield area. Now the ball awarded back to the Lancers. Good close-up action. McPhillips says she puts a throw in. And now after a 2-on-1 is Volker. Volker sends it out. It's off the body of McGlynn, and now the ball goes the other way. Back in. The throw comes in by Binkley. A trap attempt by Gallivan, and so the ball goes back to the Lancers. Excellent Division IV championship game. Nice trap, and the ball sails out. So this game, 1997 Girls Division IV Soccer Championships, being sponsored in part by Arco AMPM. They call this one the San Diego CIF. Throw it in there, Arco AMPM Championships. Costello trying to, nice ball. There it is, racing. All in front, all alone. Ball is still in front, and scores! Sarah Ryan was all by herself, challenging Krista Kubler. Kubler denied the initial attempt by Ryan. The ball was free, and right there, for the Knights, they put the ball in. Give credit to number 6, Laura Foster, as the ball is temporarily free, and she puts the ball into the net. And for the Knights, they go out in front, 1-0. Fantastic play. That entire score was set up by a charging Sarah Ryan. Christina Kubler had to come up and protect what looked like was a great scoring threat by Sarah Ryan. And so that's the whistle. What an exciting way to finish this first half of play. It was a charge by Sarah Ryan into the goal box area, puts the shot on goal. Give credit to Krista Kubler, who denied Ryan a goal. Ball bounced free, and right there for the Knights was Laura Foster to put it in. And so after 40 minutes of play into the first half, it's the Bishop Knights 1, the Francis Parker Lancers 0, and we'll be right back to start the second half of play. Hi, everybody. Dan Williams. We are back with the start of the second half of this game, Division IV Girls CIF Soccer Championship game. With a late score at the end of the first half, it puts out the Bishop Knights 1, the Francis Parker Lancers nothing. And with the start of the second half, we've got the players and the teams moving in opposite directions now. And now moving from right to left on your television screen. In the all yellow, it'll be the Francis Parker Lancers. Defending the left-hand goal will be the Bishop Knights. Action picks up right away. Both teams trying to move the ball. And now racing after it. Taking a look at McGlynn for the Lancers. And now Volker, number 9, defensively for the Knights. And now action on the far sideline. And now picked up by O'Riordan. Being challenged in the far corner by Heiser. Nice ball to Sedlak as it goes off the Lancers player. And so once again, the Bishop Knights, all white jerseys, maroon shorts. The Francis Parker Lancers in the all yellow uniforms. Good throw in on the far sideline. And now battling for it. Ball crosses midfield, and that's going to go outside of the touchline. 1-0 the score. Bishop's Knights out in front. It is beginning to be a very cold evening here in San Diego County. We're at Torrey Pines High School, a beautiful field to play championship soccer on. And if you're not out there running around, you are cold tonight because it is crystal clear outside, not a cloud in the sky, and temperatures are continuing to drop. Racing now after it, being challenged, that's Taniguchi versus Ryan. And so Taniguchi will take control of the ball and put the ball back into play. Ball coming across field. Nice challenge. Give credit to Laura Foster. She was up against number 15, Aaron Hale. Goes off the foot, goes back to the Lancers as we see some nice close-up action right in front of us. Cleared out. Good ball going down to Costello. Costello looking for an opportunity. Goes through the legs. Costello now driving. Costello, good job staying with the ball. Defense picked up now by the Lancers. Now control by the Knights as they send it out to Volker. Racing forward, Binkley. And now one-on-one, Ryan versus Taniguchi. Ryan sends the ball to the middle of the field. Staying with Adalbo. And now fighting for control, O'Riordan and McGlynn. Ball goes outside at midfield. Ball goes back over to the charging Lancers. They're going to try and put the ball deep as they need to score to tie this game up. Outside the touchline. O'Riordan on the far sideline. Good two-handed throw. Stays down there. Gallivan helps the ball downfield, and now one-on-one once again, Sedlak and Markle. Ball gets by everybody, and now it's cleared out. Ferrara. And now Sedlak. To the outside goes Binkley. Being challenged defensively by Taniguchi. Good job defensively for the Lancers.
It's better, girls. It's better.
Come on, Bert. Let's go.
Go.
And so now,
Get Debbie right away.
Big banana.
good throw in. Action inside the penalty box area. Ball on the ground. And there it's cleared out by Rebecca Meyer for the Lancers. Quick throw in by Binkley. Taniguchi with the header. Now picked up and cleared out by McPhillips. Whistle blows and the ball will be awarded back to the Lancers, and they'll march down the field. For the Lancers, their seeding is rating number 2 in this playoff. Playing out of the Coastal League, their season win-loss record. A total of 16 wins, 4 losses, and 3 ties. Nice ball, going after it. What an effort by both teams. Give credit to Erin Hale and Christine Ferrara. They're going after it, and the official says the ball goes to the Knights. Good effort by Erin Hale defensively. One of those outside midfielders. Action heating up. And they'll give that as a goal kick.
Excellent tackle.
So the Lancers begin to put the ball back into play. A sharp shot on the ground, and now wrestling for the ball and control is the Lancers. Good job by Markle. And now taken away by Binkley. Picked up by Foster. And now 2-on-1 defensively. Ball scoots out. Back into midfield. Taniguchi for the Lancers. There defensively. Ball awarded now. Back down to the Knights. Wind starting to pick up. Mentioned earlier, it is getting awfully cold, and now with the wind chill factor, it's going to drop the degrees effectively even lower. Foster, who scored the goal in the first half, puts the ball back into play deep in the corner. Sedlak. Sedlak's foot on the ball sends the ball behind the net, results in a goal kick now for the Lancers, and they'll bring the ball back out. About 30 minutes left now in this second half of play. 1-0 is the score off the foot of Laura Foster for the Knights, as they're in front 1-0. Ball now awarded back the other way. So for the Lancers, you know, they began 4-0-1, and they ended up winning the Classified Division Championship of the Barons Tournament. They also made the semifinals of the Mira Mesa Holiday Cup. Nice ball as it goes to Ferreira. Just can't quite pick it up. Allison Dalbo did a good job of sending the ball out. Racing for it was Ferrara. Just couldn't quite get there. And the ball goes way downfield. So with the throw in, Erin Hale for the Lancers. Ball squeaks free, and it's McPhillips now. Bringing the ball across midfield. McGlynn back to Taniguchi, and now taken away. And now after the ball, Ryan with the ball being challenged. Ball goes down as Ryan. Ball awarded back to the Knights. So for the Knights, they began their remarkable season with the 5-0 mark. Whoa! What a goal! Laura Foster from way out. From the time that left her foot, that was a rocket.
Scoring the goal for Bishop's girls, number 6, Laura Foster.
Laura Foster with what they would call a rope. And that sends the score now. Bishop's Knights 2, Francis Parker Lions nothing. So Laura Foster, who did the damage right at the end of the first half, comes right back with 30 minutes to play in the second half and just sends a rocket into the upper right-hand goal, or the goal nearest your television dials, and there was no chance for Krista Kubler at that point to do anything. And so here we have the score, 2-0, Bishop Knights over the Lancers. That goes off the foot of a Lancer.
This Division 4 CIF and ARCO AM/BM welcomes all athletes, coaches, and fans.
Yeah, Christine, go in on that back door, Christine, all the way up.
So the strong leg of Laura Foster will put the corner kick back into the play and into the penalty box area. Nice high volley right off the head of Dalbo. She was trying to do a good job. Ball awarded out to the Lancers. Good effort by the team. And so now Erin Hale sends the ball back in. Taniguchi goes off the foot of Allison Dalbo, and it remains with these Lancers. Now, during the entire season, the Lancers offensively scored 54 goals, only allowing 10 all season long. So a good defensive team. And now inside the penalty box area, wham goes Laura Foster into Hale. And now there's action right outside the tip. Foster. And that's going to go off the foot of Erin Hales. So panic becomes stricken when Foster looks like she's going to put the foot on the ball because she's got a rocket of a foot. Continued action inside the area, trying to clear it out, but the pressure's right there offensively right now for the Knights. Continues to be there. Shot on goal. It scores! Allison Dalbo from inside the penalty box area. That ball was bipping and bopping for quite a while inside that penalty box area. Finally, Allison Dalbo, number 7, found the foot and into the far corner of the net against a diving Krista Kubler. And now the Bishop's Knights extend their lead in the second half of play, 3-0. So we mentioned it, the Knights from Bishops began their remarkable season with a 5-0 mark and a title in the Barons tournament at Bonita Vista, and nearly everything else went right as well. Bishops' only loss in their entire league record, and now there's an opportunity right there for the Knights was goalkeeper Kelly Lewis. The ball sends back the other way. Let's pick up because got some great storyline by the Bishops Knights as they are number 1 seeded in this playoff tournament. They're out of the Coastal League also. Their season record, 21-1. Bishop's only loss was a 1-0 match against Helix, and their only tie was a 0-0 match against La Jolla. Now listen to these stats. The Knights have allowed only 4 goals all season long. And to top it off offensively, they've scored 95. Caitlin Costello led the team with 34 goals, including 6 hat-tricks. And goalie Kelly Lewis, showing what she's done so well tonight, posted a whopping 17 shutouts. Throw in on the far sideline. Outside the goal line, so that'll be a goal kick. And the Lancers will bring it out. So on the opposite side, you've got Aaron Hale of the Lancers. As the booming kick comes in there, nice pickoff by Foster. And now once again, there's some action. Foster, nice job. Give credit to Morgan Kloss, who came from nowhere to deny Foster another scoring shot on goal. So a corner kick by Laura Foster. And she'll volley the ball up right into the middle. Strong shot. Costello, shot, scores! Nice volley from the corner by Laura Foster. Beautiful trap by Caitlin Costello. Put the ball on the ground and sent the ball right into the goal. So now it's the Knights beginning to pour it on offensively. Costello doing a job. So now the score, Bishop's Knights 4, Francis Parker Lancers nothing. And on the offensive attack once again, Caitlin Costello. Costello, shot. Nice deflection by the Lancers. Trying to clear it out for the Lancers. Doing a nice job bringing it downfield. McGlynn now. And then right there for the Knights, Kelly Lewis. For the Lancers, give some special recognition to Sarah McPhillips and Rebecca Meyer, named All-CIF First Team last year. This winter, McPhillips led the Lancers with 23 goals and 7 assists. Goalie Krista Kubler posted 12 shutouts and a .375 goals against average. Jenny Dorth and Andrea Walther, both 4-year starters and captains for the Lancers. But today, the offensive power coming from the Bishop's Knights. Scores by Costello, by Foster, by Dalvo, makes this game a 4-0 match in favor right now of the Bishop's Knights. And with about 20 minutes remaining in this second half of play, it seems the Bishop's Knights are mounting a very strong closure to this match. A nice trap by Costello. Sun completely set now here on Torrey Pines High Stadium. Stadium lights in full aglow as they are illuminating a beautiful field for soccer tonight. Bring the ball down nicely, Debbie Sedlak. And now it's Ryan and Tenaguchi. Tenaguchi's been doing a great job defensively for the Lancers all night long tonight. Throw in coming in from Ginny Gallivan, senior for the Knights. Good, strong throw. Action now right in front of the penalty box area. Fighting for control, both teams. 2-on-1, Lancers in favor. And so now the Lancers bring the ball up. Moving across midfield. Breaking up is Foster. And now once again, Markle for the Lancers. Reardon sends the ball outside the touchline at about midfield, and so now Meyer will be throwing the ball in. Substitutions now coming in for the Knights. Coming out for a breather, Debbie Sedlak. Back in fresh legs for the Knights. Number 3 will be Ashley Walker. Big round of applause for Sedlak as she takes a breather. Fresh legs, Walker now back in for the Knights. Two-on-one defensively now in favor of the Knights as the Knights take control of the ball. Nice ball back out. Ferreira back out to Volker. Volker tries to send the ball across midfield, goes outside of the touchline. And so for the Lancers, they'll get an opportunity to bring the ball back. Number 15, Aaron Hale. Nice throw in. Headed up nicely. Hale, back and forth it goes. Let's go for 4. Lets the ball drop, and now picked up by Walker. Good effort by Dalbo, and the ball sails out. Ball awarded back down to the Knights. Good throw in by Ferreira. Back and forth the ball goes. Nice close-up action right in front of us here as Ferreira. And now the rest of the Knights trying to take control. Yellow card being issued to number 16, Ginny Gallivan. And now for the Lancers, Klaas will put the ball back into play. Ball squeaks by, and Volker. Now coming up is McGlynn, challenging Volker. And the official rewards it for a goal kick. 17 minutes left in the game. 4-0 is the score as the Bishops Knights, with the offensive firepower tonight, are out in front of the Parker Lancers. Substitutions coming in for the Lancers. Number 19, Jennifer Gullivato. And checking in on the Lancers, number 5, Anna Emsley. Fresh legs for the Lancers. Fighting for control are both teams. Player goes down, and the ball will be awarded quickly to the Knights. And the ball goes down. A lot of action. Give credit to both teams. Bishop Knights continuing to pour on the pressure, but give credit for the Francis Parker Lancers as they are continuing to be stiff. They are not giving up by any means, and they are matching the efforts of the Bishop Knights foot for foot, effort for effort. Great Division IV girls CIF soccer action. Nice ball as it sails and curves outside of the goal line area. So both teams giving it their all tonight. This is wonderful, high-quality varsity action right here in Torrey Pines High School. A beautiful field and an awfully chilly night tonight for soccer action. I'm sure the players are in much better condition than the fans because, well, they're out there, they're running around, getting the blood pumped through their bodies. But for those fans, they are sitting on some ice-cold concrete, but they're seeing some hot action, as you can tell, right here on the field. Emsley, freshman for the Lancers, puts the ball back into play, and good effort by Ferreira. Shot on goal, and just sails outside of the near post. So it was a long shot by the Lancers. Number 15, Aaron Hale. Check that. Rebecca Meyer, number 13. Sails wide. Good job by Walker. Walker bringing it down all by herself. Being challenged by Golovado. Good effort by both players as the action remains hot. Volker with control brings it across to Costello. Now down the far sideline, that's Foster. Foster brings the ball down. Ferreira being challenged.
Oh, good back, Chris.
Ball sails across the goal line, and so the goal kick becomes the Lancers' property, and they'll put the ball back into play. Substitutions being called by the Knights. Head coach Susan Filipponi. And coming back into play, number 16, Ginny Gallivan, out for a breather. Number 10, Debbie Sedlak. Ball back into play now. Ball up in the air. Going after it right in front of us here. Ferreira now picks up the ball. Quick throw in. Ryan now. Ball stays in bounds. Foul called, and the ball will be awarded to the Knights. Ashley Walker giving the ball back over to the power foot of Laura Foster. Laura with 2 scores tonight. Keeps it on the ground. And so the ball will stay awarded back to the Knights. So for Francis Parker, the Lancers, Coach Jeff Scott looking for a strong team once again next year. 16 of his 18 players will be coming back to the team and will have some tremendous experience. The only 2 individuals leaving the team will be the seniors this year. That'll be both the captains, number 2, Ginny Dorth, against number 8, Andrea Walther. For the Knights, they'll be losing 4 players. They'll be losing seniors Allison Dalbo, Lori Walker, Sarah Ryan, Ginny Glavin, and Pepper Binkley. So 4-0 the score as we're 11 minutes left in the second half of this play. Total time in this game will be 80 minutes, 40 minutes each half in this Division IV girls varsity CIF soccer championship. And we've seen some excellent athletic abilities here tonight. Both teams continuing to fight and work towards control of that ball. Racing for it now. You see her right there, Ashley Walker. Right at midfield, we get some nice action by Lauren Heiser. And now picking up the ball, Volker. Racing forward is McGlynn, challenged by O'Riordan. O'Riordan goes tumbling, and the ball's awarded to the Lancers. Nice throw in. And going up high for that one is the tall Kelly Lewis for the Knights. And with the strong leg, sends it deep, bouncing across midfield. Costello with a nice pass. Ryan now moving down. Shot on goal, just misses. Nice pass by Caitlin Costello. Down deep in the corner was Sarah Ryan, who put the foot on the ball and shot across the net. Just couldn't find it as it passes outside the far goalpost.
You're awesome, Sarah!
Now substitutions now. Coming in for the Lancers, let's check it. Number 21 is Jenny Dunaway. Number 17, Merced Bomber. Dunaway, a freshman, Bomber, a junior. They're in the game for experience today. Ball goes back out and will be awarded to the Knights. There's a nice throw down deep, trapped by Costello. Pass to midfield, breaks away. Walker now, Walker moving on. Nice slide tackle. Morgan Claus for the Lancers. Good job defensively for the Lancers. So Reardon puts the foot on the ball, sails high up above the crossbar, outside the goal line, and so the ball goes back to the Lancers and a goal kick to put the ball back into play. 8 minutes left in the game and counting down. 4-0 the score. Caitlin Costello with the score. Laura Foster added 2 more herself. And then Allison Dalbo had 1 for a total of 4 goals. Francis Parker Lancers, no score up through this part of the game. So the ball bounces through everybody, picked up by Kubler, the junior keeper for the Lancers, as she sends the ball out on the far sideline. Right there is Foster for the Knights. Nice slide kick, just misses. Right there, Caitlin Costello. Excellent foot on goal by Sarah Ryan as she was sending it towards the goal. Caitlin Costello right there, just missing a scoring opportunity.
Way to go, Sarah! It's a great ball!
Sarah Ryan doing that all night long, putting the ball into play and in position for scores. Nice kick as it hooks. That'll be off the foot of Jenny Gallivan. And so the Lancers will take control of the ball. Emsley, number 5, with the throw-in. Close-up action right here off the head of Gallivan. Goes back to the Lancers, and they'll continue their march on the near sideline here. Well, we mentioned it earlier, these teams have met many, many times before. Over the last 4 years, they've played 11 times. And over the last 4 years, since 1994, they have battled for the CIF championship. Back in 1994, it was Bishop over Parker 1-0. In 1995, it was Parker coming back, claiming the CIF championship 1-0 over Bishop. Last year, 1996, had Bishop 1-0 over Parker. And right now, the 1997 championship has got the Knights out in front of the Lancers 4-0. Foul called, the ball awarded back to the Lancers. With 5 minutes left in the game, Lancers not giving up. For the Lancers, they've got 10 juniors on their team. 4, 5 freshmen. We mentioned the seniors. Jenny Dorth, one of the captains, along with Andrea Walther, the other captain, both seniors, both great defensive players. They've had a great season and doing a good job tonight. But it's been the strong firepower and offensive efforts by the Knights. And now the ball gets away. Ashley Walker now in the deep corner. Corner kick. Good effort by number 16, Morgan Klaas, as she defends, but it creates a corner kick. And now the strong foot of Laura Foster will be put back into play on a corner kick by the Knights. Action right inside the penalty box area, and now it's cleared out by a Lancer player. Back into play with a nice throw in. Now trying to clear it back out are the Lancers. Ball goes back the other way. Let's take a look at some of the scores that the Bishops had during their wonderful 1996-97 season. Remember, they were 21 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. Goals for the season. A lot of action right there inside the penalty box area. Not giving up are the Lancers, and there'll be a corner kick now for the Knights. Top scorer for the Bishop Knights, Costello, with 35 goals. Behind her, Sarah Ryan with 13. Allison Dalbo had 10, along with Laura Foster having 10. Walker had 9. And now the action's right there at the top of the penalty box area. Now the ball scoots outside. It'll go outside the goal line. For the rest of the team, Sedlec had 6 goals during the season. Volker had 6. Applin had 5. Gallivan had 3. O'Riordan 2. Binkley 1. And Baker 1. Bishops had some nice wins against SFC, 12-0. St. Margaret, 12-0. Mount Empire, 7-0. Again, in the later game in the season, against SFC, 7-0. Against Mount Empire, 10-0. And against La Jolla Country Day, 8-0. So the entire season, we mentioned it earlier, the entire season, the great defense of these Knights actually allowed only 2 goals scored. So let's give credit tremendously to Kelly Lewis, the keeper. Only a freshman for the Knights. And so it was number 16, Morgan Klaas, who sends the ball sailing way outside to deny any more scoring opportunities, at least temporarily, for these Bishops Knights. Not much time remaining on this clock. The official scorekeeper will blow the whistle when the game's over, and we are down to not much time left. Ball goes away, a lot of action right side, and now cleared out nicely. Volker now puts the ball back the other way, and the whole team start running the opposite way. Nice save. Let's give credit to Kubler.
Christine!
Ferrara now with the throw-in. Nice ball on the ground. O'Riordan back to Volker to get control. Nice. Whistle blows as the foul, and the ball's awarded back to the Lancers. Morgan Klaas. Nice ball is sent deep, headed off nicely by Gallivan. And now Costello clears the ball out and racing for it. Foster racing for it, looking for a passing opportunity to Ryan. Ryan, the ball squeaks free. Beautiful ball by Laura Foster, looking for a scoring opportunity to Sarah Ryan, just misses. And so now back going the other way, Morgan Klaas for the Lancers. She sends a nice one up high, headed off of Gallivan. And now a scramble for possession as it's 2-on-1. So a tremendous season by the Bishop Knights brings them right here to the CIF Division IV Girls Soccer Championship. And now trying to squelch the offensive efforts of the Knights are the Lancers. So in the Pepsi Barons tournament that was won by Bishops, Bishops beat Sarah 1-0, beat Fallbrook 3-0, El Cajon 4-0, Orange Glen 3-0, and OLP 3-0. And so the Barons Championship goes to the Knights. And so talking about championships, take a look at what we have here. On the foot of Laura Foster, who provided 2 goals, Allison Dalbo 1 goal, Caitlin Costello 1 goal. It was a fantastic night for the Bishops Knights as they defeat the Francis Parker Lancers 4-0 and are crowned the Division IV Girls CIF Varsity Soccer Champions. Congratulations to the Bishop Knights, and congratulations for a supreme effort by the Francis Parker Lancers. Tremendous opportunities were galore for the Knights all night long as they provided the offensive firepower. It was the Francis Parker Lancers with defensive strategy during the first half of play, but the floodgates opened with just seconds left in the first half of play as Laura Foster put the first ball into the goal. And then after that, Foster again, along with Costello and Dalbo, did the damage. And so again, from Torrey Pines High School, in the Division IV Girls CIF Soccer Championship Final, it's the Bishops varsity team, the Knights, 4, the Francis Parker Lancers, 0.
Phillips. Number 13, Rebecca Meyer. Number 15, Aaron Hale. Number 16, Morgan Klaus. Number 17, Merced Balmer. Number 18, Zoe Landers. Number 19, Jennifer Golovato. Number 21, Jenny Dunaway.
Congratulations on a good season.
Presenting the team runner-up trophy is
My biggest Frenchman.
presented by CIF Commissioner Jan Jessup. To head coach Jeff Scott. Presentation patches are Bishop's headmaster Mike Titleman and athletic director John Lewandowski. To number 15, Kelly Lewis. Number 10, Debbie Sedlak. Number 18, Ann Winger. Number 6, Laura Foster. Number 8, Ellie Applin. Number 5, Stephanie Baker Ball. Number 4, Caitlin Costello. Number 3, Ashley Walker. Number 15, Christine Ferrara. Number 17, Pepper Binkley. Number 7, Allison Dolbo. Number 16, Jenny Gallivan. Number 11, Sarah Ryan. Number 9, Lori Bolter. Congratulations. Now make a important presentation to tonight's CIF Division 4 champion, Lady Knights from the Bishop School. CIF Commissioner Jan Jessup, Lady Knights headmaster Lady Knights head coach Susan Filipponi. Congratulations to both schools. I'd like to remind you tonight's second game involves the Bishop Knights and the Christian Patriots beginning at 7:30.
I'll take a picture, guys.
Yeah,
Alright, then that was like organized. Yeah! See, this is back. See, this is back. Freshman in front. Freshman in front. Oh, girl!